The first 90 minutes of your day, which again, Craig Ballantyne calls the farm boy routine, you want to spend working on your dreams. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Rake and Profit over at rakeandprofit.com. And today I want to talk about a book that's really transformed my life over the last couple months during all this craziness going down right now. So this is a book that's called The Perfect Week Formula by Craig Ballantyne. Craig Ballantyne used to run a company called Turbulence Training. He was in the fitness industry. Since then, he's pivoted and he's gone on to be a life coach, a business coach, and he's also taught people how to build social media brands and businesses from it. So this guy actually created a book called The Perfect Day Formula that I read probably over a year ago. And I remember I was at a Goodwill and I was with Mama Profit at the time and I was scanning books. And you know, as you guys know, I sell on Amazon. I was scanning books and I came across this book called The Perfect Day Formula. And I was like, wow, that's a really interesting title. Read the book, fell in love with it. And then I believe it was maybe 6 months later, he came out with this book, The Perfect Week Formula. And I really want to recommend it to you all. You know, I'm not an affiliate for this book or anything. I'm not even sure if you can get it on Amazon. I'm sure it's on Amazon, but I got it off of his website. So just look it up and find it. But this book has really helped me in a couple ways. And I'm going to talk about a couple things that I gained from this book and why I believe that you should get your hands on this book if you want to turn around your business and turn around your life. And matter of fact, I introduced my good friend Romer and my roommate, Romer the Romer, who has a YouTube channel. He sells books. He did over $350,000 selling books last year. He's implemented what has been inside this book and it's really helped to change his life. So the one thing that I got out of this book the most in terms of it actually changed my life and gave me really good results is what he calls the farm boy routine. So he has something in his book that's called the farm boy routine, and I'm looking to see what chapter it is. I think it's the second chapter. And what he's been doing for years, and this has helped him to write multiple best-selling books, it's allowed him to build a business. What he does first thing in the morning is he goes through what's called his farm boy routine. He grew up on a farm, and what happens when you grow up on a farm? First thing in the morning, you wake up, you got to milk the cows, you got to feed the horses, whatever, right? And you got to get to work. The animals, they don't take a day off from eating. And one thing he's used, like I said, to build his businesses, Turbulence Training, to write multiple books, is the first 90 minutes in the day he spends doing activities that are going to help him to build his dreams. Now, this is a little different because I'm sure we've all heard of the saying, eat that frog first thing in the morning. Brian Tracy talks about it. I believe that was a Mark Twain quote. But a lot of times we don't get it correctly right because we might start the first 90 days off working, but we're not working on things that are going to actually accomplish our dreams. So there's a big difference between taking action and taking action on the right things that are going to, build the life that we want. For example, we could spend the first 90 minutes answering emails, maybe doing social media, maybe you have a YouTube channel like me, and you could consider it work, but is that really gonna build your dreams? Maybe you have a dream of being a best-selling author. Maybe you have a dream of having a YouTube channel of 1 million subscribers. Maybe you have a dream of having a private label business that's generating $10,000 a month. Those are the big, big, big things in your life that you want to accomplish. The first 90 minutes of your day, which again, Craig Ballantyne calls the farm boy routine, you want to spend working on your dreams. The emails, the listing 10 items a day, the recording of the YouTube videos or the sourcing at the thrift store. If those are secondary, then those should come second. But that first 90 minutes, right? It's almost like your miracle morning. There's a book written called The Miracle Morning. You want to do the things that are going to make the biggest difference. And for me, in my business, I've been spending the first 90 minutes doing the things that I typically put off later in the day because they're not as immediate. They're not as, for example, during the farm boy routine, you might be working on your dreams, but there's not going to be really any consequences if you do it or you don't. And you're actually not going to realize any benefits for maybe 3, 6, 9, 12 months. But that's where we mix things up. We think, all because we have to list the items today because they're going to have a big effect on our monthly goals, that's exactly what we have to do. But we have to look deeper out, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. So hopefully you kind of get my drift. And that's been big in this book is, spending those first 90 minutes working on my dream. Then afterwards, I go and I work out, typically have some breakfast, shower, and then I get into my day where I work in 90-minute blocks. And that's been another big thing that I learned from the Perfect Week formula that I wasn't doing different, that I was doing a little differently, is I was working in 2 to 4 to 6 hour blocks at a time. And for me, it just really killed my creativity. It killed my energy levels. It killed my momentum. And I found recently that working in 90-minute blocks, sometimes 2-hour blocks, was much more beneficial versus just working like nonstop and not taking breaks. Another big thing that I got from this book, The Perfect Week Formula, was every single night, and this is gonna be huge for you. You're gonna hit the ground running every single morning if you follow this. But before I go to bed every single night, I do a couple different things. Number one, I plan out my day for the following day. I plan out everything that I want to accomplish. And in turn, what that does is when you go to sleep, your subconscious mind will plan and plot and strategize the best ways to accomplish that the next day. Now, it's a little voodoo and I guess maybe scientific in a sense if you want to go that far, but it really does help. I feel like I wake up in the morning so much more clear, so much more calm. Plus, I'm not wasting my energy first thing in the morning trying to figure out what to do. Can anybody relate? Have you ever woken up in the morning and you have a million things to do? And after 30 minutes, you're so depleted because you're using all your brain power to try to prioritize and figure out what you want to do. This is what you want to do the night before. Plan, strategize, think about your day, right? Think about the day that you had and ask yourself, what do you wish, what do I wish I could have improved? What do I wish that I could have done differently? What can I do tomorrow that would have the biggest impact on my dreams and my 30-day goals and my 60-day goals? And plan and plot and string together your perfect day. So that's really, really big. Reflecting at night, putting a plan together for the next day. There were so many gems that I gained in this book, and there was actually this section right here. Let me see if you can see this. I know it's pretty bright in here, but it was called The Billionaire Eisenhower Box. And he breaks into quadrants the things that are important that he has to do now. He breaks down the things that he has to decide and schedule time to do. Things that are not important and you can outsource and have someone else do it for you. And there was a section regarding deletion and taking things and removing it from your life, because a lot of times we get caught up doing the things that really aren't important and they cause a lot of stress. So there's a lot of really just big things in this book, big ideas for not only planning and strategizing, but structuring my day and structuring our day. So during these times right now where everything's shut down and a lot of us are spending a ton of time at home, I do know a lot of people who are wasting a lot of their time, and I was even struggling with this, in the beginning of all this craziness. And I read this book again, and it really helped me to build out my day, to structure my day, to do the things that are the most important, to make sure I'm not only taking care of the things that are gonna, build my business and build my health over the next week or two, but making sure I'm spending the time on the things that are gonna build my life and my dreams over 6, 12, 18, 24 months. Highly recommend this book. I think it's like $10, right? It's big. It'll definitely change your life. I've been using it. My friend Avery's been using it. I've been recommending this book to multiple people. So definitely check it out and let me know in the comments what you thought. Big shout out to Craig Ballantyne. Really appreciate this book. I'd recommend The Perfect Week Formula, The Perfect Day Formula. Check out his YouTube channel, his social media. A lot of good, valuable free content. But with that being said, keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.